Hello, my name's Alex, and in this video today, I really wanted to make a video upon reflection of how on earth I got to South Korea. Like, why did I decide one day to just pack up my bags, move to the other side of the world alone, come and teach English over here in South Korea? It's more of like a reflection for my future self. It'll be a nice video to look back upon in 5 or 10 years time and be like, Alex, you know what? Because you just wanted to do something, you just did it. Gay rights! And so yeah, in this video, I'm just gonna look back on how on earth I got to South Korea, the journey behind my decisions, and how I ended up talking to a camera right now in a room in the middle of Korea alone. And as always, if you have any questions about life in Korea, if you wanna know anything about teaching here in South Korea, make sure you drop a comment down below. I will more than happily help you out. And if you enjoy this kind of content and you just care about my life enough, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, as there will be videos every single week. So let's take a step back. So let's go back to the time of early 2020. My God, that feels like so long ago now. And by 2020, I know it's very triggering to a lot of people, but I mean 2020, post-COVID, it's January time. And I had just moved to Manchester. I had just got a nice job, and I made a promise to myself at the start of 2020 that I just simply wanted to go. I didn't have any idea of where I wanted to go. I didn't know how I wanted to go, what I wanted to go, but I just knew that I wanted to go, whether that be career-wise or traveling or just something. I just knew inside of me that I just wanted to go. And I discovered very quickly that I'm very much a free spirit and I can't really stay in one place for too long. So my aim was to just go traveling to God knows where, and I thought 2020 was going to be the perfect year for this. And obviously, girlies, we all know what happened. Flash forward 2 months later.
Oh my God, it's not funny.
And a global pandemonium hit, and any hope of escaping the country of the UK was dashed because Little Miss Pandemonium came along. And in all honesty, this was such a tough time for me because I lost my job, I lost my apartment, I had to move back in with my parents, I lost a relationship that I was in, and just everything was crumbling around me. I felt like I was at rock bottom, and I was just no, this is not good, this is not where I want to be, this is so far from the reality of what I had dreamed of 2020, and like a lot of people, I felt very lost and felt very back to square one. However, I quickly realised that this was actually okay. As much as I was at rock bottom, I had my foundations, and I always say to myself, at least there's rocks at rock bottom. I had my family, I had a safe space to call home, and I actually managed to get a job working at Sainsbury's during the initial stage of the pandemic. So I was super lucky, and even though it was not where I thought that I wanted to be, it was very much where I needed to be at that moment in time. So I was super grateful for that. However, when I moved back home, back to my parents' house, I knew that I just needed to go still. It was still my dream just to go somewhere. And because I had to go back home, my initial thing was just to go back to Manchester. I felt like I got ruined of my time there. I wanted to go back. I wanted to start a solo journey over there after just coming out of a relationship. And I was so determined to get back to Manchester. And then roll on July 2020, I moved back there by myself. I got a lovely little apartment in the city centre, and I managed to get a job over there, working in a bar, and was able to save up some money for my next adventure. And in this part-time job, obviously I knew it wasn't a full-time thing, I knew it wasn't my end goal in life whatsoever. However, it really gave me some motivation to get out of bed in the morning, and it made me realise wow, I do actually want to escape. And then I was there for 3 months, and it was a really good summer, really enjoyed my time there. And then 3 months later, lockdown happened again.
Not another one?
Girlies, I couldn't, honestly. So it was October, the end of October 2020, and I was oh my God, it's deja vu. I feel like I've lost my job again. I feel like I've lost a sense of purpose again. And even though I physically was still employed by my company, and I still had furlough, and the first time that this happened and I lost my job, I didn't get any money at all. I didn't get furlough or anything. However, the second time round, I was actually employed, so I managed to get furlough, and I actually managed to save up a little bit of money over this whole second lockdown. And obviously, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I just soon quickly realised that 2020 was not going to be mine or anybody's year. But at the back of my head, I still had this urge to just go. I was so desperate just to go, and I think I was even more motivated because I knew that I couldn't go, like made me want to go even more. So shortly after my bar that I was working at closed down, I went through a stage of just like dreaming of like, how can I get out of this situation that I'm in? Like I desperately want to go. Like all of these factors that are outside of my control is like stopping me from going. So how can I like put the control into my hands and be like, you know what, regardless of the situation, and just go. So one night I just could not sleep. Like it was October, I remember it so clearly, and I just could not sleep. Like my mind was going like 10 to the dozen. It was thinking about everything. It was thinking about like my past and my future and you know, all this like kind of deep stuff.
Right.
And I was just on my laptop at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, how on earth can I escape this island and physically just get out of it? And I came across a lot of different opportunities that I could basically go anywhere in the world that I wanted to, and nothing was really stopping me. And after a few frantic hours, I saw that South Korea was an option. So it offered free accommodation and it offered teaching over here. And ever since I worked with kids back in like a summer camp in America and working with children in other jobs and everything, like I've really wanted to try out teaching like in a classroom setting. Like personally, I've never had like a 9 till 5 job. So I thought trying it out in like a completely different environment, like, you know what, I'm gonna try this 9 till 5 life out, teaching in the classroom on the other side of the world. I didn't even particularly want to go to Korea. Like Korea was not even on my list. And I never even thought about going to Korea, like post search on my laptop late at night. But this just seemed like the best option to just quickly get out. So the next day I applied for the EPIK program. I remember it was like the last couple of days it was open, so I like frantically did up my application. I was like, beam, like get online. Had my interview literally like the next day, I think it was something like the next day. And before I knew it, I actually got accepted onto the program to go to South Korea in spring 21. And I was buzzing. I was like, yes, this is like going ahead, like Corona's gonna be more or less over, I thought. And how wrong was I?
Oh, Lord! Hats off to her.
So it turns out to be about a week before I was due to fly in spring 2021 for South Korea. I went back home. I went to collect my my contract that had just been delivered to my house, and I was so excited. I was like, this is real now. Like, I've got my contract in front of me. I can apply for my visa. I can book my flights. I'm super happy. Like, this is actually happening. Like, I can escape this island and I can just simply do my dream of just going. And then as soon as I had the application in my hands, like no word of a lie, like literally, I think it was like 10 minutes afterwards I collected it. There was news that South Korea was cancelling all these applications to South Korea from UK and South African applicants.
No, that's no.
And at this stage I just lost it. I was like, no, this couldn't be happening. Like Americans got to go, Australians, New Zealand peoples got to go, Canadians got to go. But because Miss Omicrony was like prevalent within the UK and South Africa, we couldn't get a visa to go over there. So my dreams had been dashed once more of escaping this country. A week before I was meant to go onto this program, and I was like, yes, I'm finally going. And a week before I was meant to fly, I realised that I couldn't go. This cannot be happening, girlies. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. And fortunately, I actually got offered as like a subsidy kind of thing to go in the August 2021 intake for like free. I didn't have to cover any of my costs again. And so I was like, oh, brilliant. It's only like a 6-month wait. I can just hang it out of my job. I can just earn up some more money. And when I do eventually get there, I can have even more money and have an even greater experience when I get there. However, after going back to Manchester, after initially going to get my contract from my family home, I quickly realised that I absolutely loved Manchester. I then started like a new job, so I worked as like a waiter back in Manchester from April 2021, and like being a waiter is something that I love it so much. I just remember when I was a little kid, like it was my dream to be a waiter. Like, don't ask me why.
Right.
But yeah, I got a new sense of life, like I got a brand new job, and everywhere was starting to reopen back in the UK again. And I was like, you know what, like I've got this, girly. Like COVID restrictions are gonna be fully lifted soon, like nightclubs are gonna be open, I can actually hang out with my friends. And I really wanted to enjoy like my new job, earn some more money, because the money at this new job was like the most I've ever been on. Like the most ever. Like the tips that I made as a waiter in this place was insane.
Girl, I am living.
Anyway, I digress. But then I quickly realised that, you know what, like I don't want to go in August. Like I don't want to start my journey like halfway through the school term. And in particular, I didn't want to go in August, like knowing that I was going into fall and winter time. Like I wanted to go like spring, start of a fresh new year, and I wasn't really comfortable with going in August time. So I quickly realised, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to enjoy my time in Manchester. and I actually cancelled my application for August 2021. You know what, I can just go in spring 2022 instead. So fast forward this next 6 months, like I said, I earned some good money in my job, so I was super grateful, and even though I was working like 70 plus weeks some weeks, like I had the best time, met the most amazing people, and I'm super grateful that I stayed in Manchester. But then it quickly rolled around to about a week before I was meant to fly to Korea for the third time even. However, like I kept telling my friends, I was like, because I know what happened to me like last time, I was like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up unless I've got like on that plane and onto the other side in my quarantine room. Like I'm not saying that I'm in Korea. Like even when I'm on the flight, like I could get turned around. Like I could get COVID over there. I was thinking all these scenarios. So I was like, when you hear of me that I've actually arrived into my hotel room, that's when I got to Korea. And then thankfully on the 9th of February, because I had to do a 10-day quarantine here in South Korea when I initially came, I arrived. I just could not believe it. Like I couldn't even fathom the idea that this whole journey of simply just wanting to go, just to go anywhere, go somewhere, and just like from this one restless night, I just decided to Google a couple of things and randomly and spontaneously book an interview to get it then the next day, and then find out a couple of days later that I got accepted, led me to this very moment of being trapped in this hotel room, having PCR tests stuck up to my brain, like no exaggeration, they were like up to here, had led down to this moment, and I just couldn't quite fathom that I was actually here in South Korea. And like I said at the start, like South Korea was never on my radar to go. It was just somewhere that I just thought was relatively easy to go in. The perks really outweighed any like negatives over here. And now that I'm over here, like I just could not look back. It's treating me so kindly. The people are amazing. I've had some amazing experiences. I love my school, and I'm just super grateful like how life turned out in the end. And I think the biggest thing that I've realized throughout this whole journey of like 2 and a bit years of getting to Korea and simply just going is, if I just want to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like if I just want to go, I'm just gonna go. If I want to pack up my bags like tomorrow, I can pack up my bags tomorrow and be like, let's just go. Obviously I'm not gonna do that because I'm teaching girlies and the kids need me. And I've quickly realized that things that I very much like appreciated back at home, like my stability when I was in a relationship, these can be rebuilt, and I'm very much happy like just being single over here right now. I'm very happy with the stability of a job and a lovely apartment over here in Korea now. But at the same time, like I absolutely love more than anything my freedom just to do what I want, when I want to, how I want to, and I'm just super grateful.
Incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
And this is just a little side note for future Alex. If you are watching this in 5, 10 years time, or wherever you may be, always remember to be kind and stay kind. Always remember that no matter how important somebody is in your life right now, never let them hold you back. And if you just want to do something, you just gotta do it because you are absolutely incredible. So you go, Alex. So yeah, that is my story of coming to Korea. It's slightly chaotic. Maybe I got off into a bit of a tangent, and if you made it this far, then congratulations, because I was just talking for a lot. But yeah, it was mainly just a video of like self-reflection of just like how I got here, and I just can't wait to watch this video in like 5, 10 years time, or however long it will be, or if just one day I just wanted to come along it and just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch this video now. It'll be really interesting to see how far I've come, and even more so, it'll be interesting to watch this video like looking back and seeing where I'm actually at in 5 or 10 years time. Like who knows, like the world is my oyster. Like I don't have any plans. Like I could be back in the UK, I could be still in Korea, I could still be traveling around the world. Like who knows, like I have no plans, and that's how I want to keep my life for the foreseeable future, please and thank you. But yeah, if this provides you with any motivation to, if you want to do something, then you just got to do it. And if you're questioning something, then put all these questions aside and just take that leap of faith and just do what you want to do, because girlies, life is too short, and that's what I've definitely realised.
A man and a woman.
So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you got a bit of insight into what my life was like before South Korea, how on earth I got here, and hopefully maybe it might have even inspired you to do the same. Who knows? But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for making this far, and yes, I will catch you next time on this channel for another weekly video. So thank you, adios, bye.
Gay